Hi Sagittarius, and thanks for tuning in. This is going to be your reading for April. Connecting with your higher self and guides while I'm shuffling, and ask them to tune in with me. And let's create a feedback loop to bring through messages that are tailored and relevant for you. We're going to have a look at the general energies available during this time. This video is relevant whenever you watch it. If there's not messages here for you, don't try to make it fit. Just browse away if there's nothing here for you, and don't waste time on watching tarot readings that are not your messages. Just take what you need otherwise. Let's have a look at the general energies for Sagittarius. So we have a High Priestess at the bottom of the deck in reverse. And now the Empress crossed by 10 of Pentacles. Nice. 6 of Swords reversed, Ace of Cups reversed, 2 of Cups reversed, Ace of Wands, 3 of Wands, King of Pentacles, 8 of Cups reversed, Magician reversed, 5 of Cups reversed, Queen of Wands, the Death card, and 9 of Swords. Beautiful. This is an interesting reading. I must say there's a couple of repeating elements in this reading from, Scorpio. I did Scorpio reading yesterday. The High Priestess was at the bottom of the deck in reverse. There was the Death card and the King of Pentacles paired exactly like this, but in this quadrant. I pretty much am certain that the 3 of Wands and 9 of Swords was also in that reading in different positions. There was also the Empress. So you might want to watch the Scorpio reading, because there could be something in there for you. That kind of thing happens when there's a little bit of bleed over and cross through from sign to sign. But let's get into this reading, because it's a very interesting spread, very interesting context of like the combinations of cards I really like actually. What I feel from this reading is that just give me a second. There's 4 Cups cards in this spread, and they're all in reverse. Ace of Cups, 2 of Cups, 5 of Cups, 10 of Cups, all in reverse. And then we have Ace and 3 and Queen of Pentacles, sorry, of Wands all upright. So what I'm feeling here is I'm hearing change of location. That's interesting. Change of location. You do have the 6 of Swords here in the crowning card position of the reading in reverse. So there is some energy about movement, but change of location is coming out really strong. So some of you might be moving, or some of you have had to move. You have the 8 of Cups also here. These 2 cards are interesting, coming out side by side at the top of the reading. 6 of Swords and 8 of Cups, both in reverse, both talking about movement, moving away from something. There's this energy of turning back around and going back to where you came from. I mean, that's relevant now for a lot of people, I guess, having to kind of shift and pivot and move their direction to something that they weren't necessarily planning on or expecting to do. But change of location, that's here in this reading. What else is here? I like this Empress at the heart of the reading with the 10 of Pentacles. So this is telling me there's energy here around fertility. I'm hearing family, abundance, luxury, comfort, and safety. Those are kind of some themes going on here. It's interesting that you have the King of Pentacles in your reading, and he's in the upright position here in your environment. But it's interesting that the only other Pentacles cards in this reading is this 10 of Pentacles, and it's as the crossing card in this reading. So that's kind of telling me that you might have some shifts and some again unexpected turns of change of direction in your flow that's affecting your financial stability. But fundamentally, given that you have the King of Pentacles in this upright position here in this quadrant of the reading with Death, I feel that you're very stable financially actually, and there's not really a concern. You might be simply looking at this time period as an opportunity to change the way you're looking at money, or change the way you're approaching your financial situation. The King of Pentacles is an investor. So this is someone with a long game in mind. This person is very considered, very deliberate in their action, very stable, grounded, very slow moving and patient. So these are all elements that are things that are on your mind at the moment as far as the way you might be kind of handling this turn of events. For some of you with this Ten of Pentacles as the crossing card, there could be some issues here around like how do I say that? So this is the Ten of Pentacles is a card about inheritance. It's about it can be about like lineage, like financial lineage, or resources left behind. It's also about one's legacy and things like that. So seeing this card come out here with, I mean, just a combination, what I feel is that maybe for some of you, there could be a death in the family or some kind of, it may not be actually a physical death, but there could be something with regard to investments and finances and not just your own, but like the family money and how it's going to be distributed. There could be some challenge at the moment with how to redefine or reallocate resources for the family so that everyone is kind of taken care of. That's one element of this reading. Now, what else is here? Okay, let's look at this Ace and Two of Cups. You have the Ace of Cups and Two of Cups both in reverse in this spread. The Ace of Cups is in the foundation position here. This is what you don't know, what's unseen or what's in the unconscious. And this Two of Cups is in the position here of recent past, or this is the energy you're coming into this reading with. So, and again, with that Six of Swords and the Eight of Cups there, talking about movement or changing location or like a shift there. For some of you, this could be speaking about maybe you're separated from your partner around this time, but it may not necessarily be like the result of a breakup. It could just be logistical challenges at this time, and maybe there is some, again, unexpected or unforeseen events that are causing you to have to be in different locations. That's for some of you. For others, if there is some kind of like breakup energy here or change in feeling, change in just give me a second. Yeah, I mean, previously I spoke on this Ten of Pentacles being about money, but now I'm seeing it in regard to the two Cups cards here as a conversation about commitment. Perhaps if the challenge here is commitment to a family, you could be feeling a little bit more like, even though the Empress is a very much a mother card, it's very much about abundance and fertility and like generosity. It's very earthly energy. I'm kind of seeing that there maybe you're feeling a little bit challenged at this time as far as with regard specifically to a romantic relationship or like a family unit. You may just be feeling like you want to kind of be a little bit independent and a little bit on your own terms with things. May not necessarily mean that you are kind of wanting to break up or separate, but I get this feeling here, and it's also with this Queen of Wands coming out in this card. Like there's energy in this reading that's making me feel like you have an agenda that's something you want to move forward with that has more to do with some kind of entrepreneurial effort that you want to make. There's like, you might have some ideas right now. You may be looking ahead, given some kind of catalyzing event that's occurred here that's generating this kind of transformation energy that the Death card is bringing. You may be looking to the future, Three of Wands, and seeing how you can use this time and the energy of this moment to give yourself some freedom from Nine of Swords reverse. You want to have a little bit of freedom from restrictive, polarizing obligations. That might be family, that might be your current job, that might be your current business, whatever. There's something here about you wanting to use this time here to reassess the landscape of your reality, and see how you can bring this energy of patience and investment and futuristic thinking, Three of Wands, to patiently design the next phase of your life, to actualize some kind of wealth and comfort and luxury, but with a kind of passionate healing force, something very creative and innovative that will generate abundance for not just you but for others as well. But there is an energy I feel here in this spread with that even though there's this kind of altruistic energy that you're wanting to move forward with in this bigger way, in this visionary way, how it affects the people around you is that they may feel a little bit unseen or left out or unimportant. And I'm not judging that either way. I'm not saying that's good or bad. I'm not saying anything. There's no comment on it. I'm just describing what I see here. Now, the outcome here, as I said, you have 2 aces in the reading, as well as the Magician. So definitely some energy here towards wanting to push forward with some potential that you see, okay? But with the Magician in reverse here, with the 5 of Cups in reverse, also this Ace of Cups is in reverse. I suspect that there might be some, like a temporary delay on you being able to actualize that Queen of Wands energy, or that Empress energy. I'm not seeing this as a bad energy here with the Magician reverse. I'm not seeing this as a... Sometimes the Magician reverse can describe a manipulative person, someone that is misusing their energy to affect or influence the will of another person. I'm not seeing that in this reading in that way. I'm seeing this more as there are some unforeseen circumstances or some kind of experiences or losses or some kind of issues that need to be addressed perhaps first, or there's some logistical concerns, you know, with this movement. There's some kind of pending thing that needs to land first before you're actually able to set things in motion. But what's important here is that you continue stoking the fire of the inspiration that you're feeling. I want to hold up all the Wands cards now. It's important that you use this time, even if you may not be able to actually physically plant the seeds and take action and steps towards whatever this vision is. It's important to keep using this time to stoke the fire of this inspiration and keep it alive, keep it burning, and keep feeding that fire with your inspiration and your imagination and your intelligence. So the work that's happening at the moment is happening more on the level of imagination and inspiration. It may not actually be physically activated in the real-time world, but it is happening in the space of your imagination and your passion, your inspiration, and your like on a conceptual level. Visualization, imagination, passion, enthusiasm, confidence, determination. These are the keywords for you around this time. With this, whatever this particular thing is that you're interested in ushering in the next time period. Let's have a look at the bottom of the deck. Right. High Priestess reversed with the Hierophant upright. That's interesting. We'll talk about it. 6 of Wands and 10 of Cups. I love it. I like this a lot. So what this is telling me is that, okay, so while we had all those Cups reversals, there's a little bit of redemption here with this 10 of Cups coming out upright. And how I'm seeing this is that the 6 of Wands here is showing, again, with all this Wands energy, I feel that if there may have been some dissonance in your family environment, so with this 10 of Cups coming out, it's saying that there can be a resolve to whatever energy you might be feeling around you from the people in your environment that are family members or close friends or romantic partners or loved ones that may be feeling a little bit ignored, or may be feeling a little bit like you're moving on without them. There is a little bit of a redemption here where maybe the 6 of Wands could be describing here your ability to communicate and express what it is that you're feeling passionate and excited about in a way that gets them on board too and makes them feel like they're part of something and they're not excluded from whatever exciting new passionate venture you are moving towards. Now the High Priestess reverse and the Hierophant here is really interesting. So I see these two as very much energies of like this. They're quite counterpart for me in the major arcana. Like, yeah, Magician, and I don't see Magician and High Priestess as a couple. I see like not as a romantic couple, but as like the reflective masculine and feminine elements of each other. But definitely the High Priestess and the Hierophant is that for me. It's a much more spiritualized, mystical energy. It's very there's a divinity, there's mediumship, there's intuition, there's deep connection, there's deep spiritual context in these cards. So what I'm feeling with these in relation to the rest of the spread and these other 2 extended cards here is that you may have been needing a little bit of time, and like me, again, coming back to these two, the 6 of Swords reverse and the 8 of Cups reverse, where there was sort of change of location or some kind of removal energy or pivoting, some kind of logistical thing there. For some of you, that's physical, meaning like actual in traveling terms, moving in the world. But for others of you, this has been a more energetic experience where you maybe have turned around or changed direction, and that might have been a mystery to the people around you. As I said here, with these reversals in the cups and this Ten of Pentacles as the crossing card, the challenge here. Your people, your family, your friends, your partner, your close people may not have been aware of what's going on and may have just sensed you as this kind of aloof, withdrawn, a little bit cold person that they couldn't contact or they couldn't reach, they couldn't access, and that was maybe making them feel like ignored or left out. But now with the Hierophant coming in here, how I'm seeing this is that you have been able to, or you will be able to, maybe this has already happened or this is about to happen for you, depending on where you are on your own timeline. So the Hierophant here is saying that you're going to be able to really communicate clearly and with great passion, but also in a very grounded way, what it is that you're very enthusiastic about and what it is that what vision you're channeling forward that you're bringing into the manifest world. And that brings the people around you on board in a way that makes them like want to cheer from the sidelines for you, or want to like root you on and support you and be involved in some way. So it's a full closed loop here where everything comes back around, and the people that may have been feeling a little bit left out are now fully on board with whatever it is that you want to do. Somehow, using the energy of the Hierophant here, you've been able to impress upon them what it is that you are feeling really called to move forward with from a deep spiritual place here. This is not just about some get rich quick scheme or some kind of idea you have for some flash in the pan business that's going to make you rich. No, this is something really authentic and genuine, something entrepreneurial, but also something that has real purpose and vision to be in service, to provide some kind of healing energy, force, or product or service, or something that is going to be for the greater whole, uplifting, supportive, providing information, providing whatever it is. There's something really deep in here of what it is that you are seeking to bring forward into the world. Okay, I love it. I might also just add here now that I've got these cards in my hand. So we have in this reading Magician, High Priestess, Empress, and Hierophant. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 5 from the Major Arcana. So that's really indicative for me. That's kind of saying to me that you are at the early stages of something. You are bringing in some kind of like deeply inspired concept, idea, new vision. And you're at the early stages of it now here, where it is about that process of really honing the idea, really crafting, giving as much energy and effort you can to your imagination, to that process of creating in this part of the process. It's not about the actual physical execution of it yet. Right now it's about having your idea, crafting it, honing it, imbuing it with inspiration, building the concept, processing all the threads of ideas and concerns and problem solving and all that kind of thing, and letting the idea of it become a bit more fleshed out, but it's still just in your idea conceptual stage. And then the Hierophant here is describing your communication of that idea to others. It's still not in the manifest world yet. It's still not in the creation process yet. But it is very much about a very vast vision, a very profound, vast vision that you have that will, again, it's problem solving, it's innovative, it's healing, it's generous, it creates wealth and comfort and abundance and luxury, not just for you, but for others too. Okay? Checking over, but I feel that's it for your general reading here. Give me a second. I really like this reading. I like the energy of this spread very much. I feel like in general, most of you watching this reading, I feel are making really good use of the time that you have right now. I don't feel like any much tension or pressure or internal kind of like strife here. I feel like there's a nice flow. There's a very accepting energy in this spread. I feel your creativity is very much being lit up around this time. So let's move on to the Voyager deck and do your higher octave spread. So if it's your first time here, The Higher Octave spread is designed to provide a little more insight in forces at play. It could also help illuminate blind spots that we need to become aware about. Hopefully also your guides and your higher self might provide some more practical insight about how best to work with the energies that we are presented with to make the most out of the current lessons that are at play. So please send your energy into the deck, and again, bring all of your presence to the reading. Set aside any distractions and just be really present for this time. The bottom of the deck, we have the 9 of crystals. I like it. Devil in the reverse, crossed by the Hierophant. That's nice. I like that. Repeating cards coming out. There's the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So again, as I was saying, there is a lot of aces in this reading, as well as the Magician, saying that there is pure inspiration coming in. There is an uprising of ideas and inspiration. But because this Ace of Pentacles is in reverse here, it's saying it's not really exactly right now the right time to actually physically execute those ideas. This is a time to build inspiration. Hanged Man, 7 of Crystals, Emperor reversed, 4 of Cups, 3 of Cups, Child of Cups, Chariot reversed, Sage of Pentacles reversed, 8 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles, 6 of Crystals reversed. Alright. Thank you so much for watching, Sagittarius. If you want to hear the interpretation of this Higher Octave reading, you can click the link in the description box below. If this is where we part ways, thank you so much for watching. It's an honor and a pleasure to read for you. I hope you found some things in there you can work with. Thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing, and I'll see you in the next reading.